Wednesday, the 10th of November. Well, COP26. What can we say? I've been following it every day with the BBC had done news bulletins that flashed up in my phone whenever decisions were taken. I read some of these decisions, other ones I sort of glanced at, and I just thought, well, there has been quite a lot decided. And of course, there was the protest marches that I saw on television and also heard about from my friends who live in the Glasgow area. But then, of course, the comment made by Greta Thunberg. Well, I've been listening quite a lot to Greta Thunberg because she is everywhere. And I decided that she speaks eloquently, she is very knowledgeable on the subject, but there's not a great deal behind that. I'm not being critical of her because she's only a young girl, but when you listen to her being interviewed, there's really not a lot of substance there. But anyway, she's doing a grand job in speaking out, and especially for someone as young as herself. What I also found impressive about Greta Thunberg is that I was talking to my husband Billy about, who pays for all of her travel and what she does and everything like that, thinking it would be corporations and various other things. However, we discovered that nearly everything that she does is funded by her parents. And over and above that, if she is given money for speaking engagements or for doing something, that money then is fed into normally an environmental charity of some kind. So it really is quite impressive for someone as young as her. So she speaks out, she speaks up, and she raises awareness. And that is something that, although many of us would like to do an awful lot more for the environment and get campaigns going and speak out, well, we're maybe not just as good as what Greta is. So therefore, in our church, we decided that we would put out a leaflet. Now, again, it's using paper, but our paper is, of course, eco-friendly paper. But this is the leaflet. Again, for those of you on the phone, I do apologise, you won't see this, but we handed them out to everyone on Sunday at church. We are giving the shop, our big kirk shop, are going to be taking leaflets and handing them out to everyone who comes through the door as well. And all it says is that Eastern Old Parish Church, an eco-congregation, and it just says Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And it talks about COP26, the climate emergency. And inside the leaflet is just tips about what you can do yourself to help the environment. And if everybody does a little thing, just a little thing, then we're on our way, aren't we? We're helping. We are actually helping. So we've got here, go shopping. Try and get everything in one go. Don't go shopping every day. Buy locally sourced meat and dairy. Take your reusable bags. Well, that's something that I am really have struggled with for a long time. But I now make sure that I have got plenty of bags in the car, and I always check before I get into the shop, because I used to just jump out the car and go in. If I was to tell you that I have got way over 150 reusable bags, well, that is just disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. I have handed a lot into our shop so that they've got bags there if people forget to bring a bag to buy something in our shop, but it's just scandalous. Grow your own fruit and vegetables, make meals from scratch instead of ready-made food, buy less takeaways and less home deliveries, recycle as much as you can, from food to garden waste to furniture to appliances to clothes, everything. So there's a whole load of things in here. The other one that I'm going to struggle with is turn your heating down by 1 degree. Well, now that the weather has changed and the temperature has dropped, I can assure you the manse is not warm. So if I was to drop the temperature in the manse by 1 degree, not only would I be sitting with a jumper on, a fleece, I would need a blanket over my legs as well. because the manse is not a warm home. Yeah, so do you have any investments? Well, are you investing in fossil fuel? Maybe you should think of something else. Have you ever tried eating one meat-free day? So plan your menu ahead and don't eat any meat for one day. And then if you've done that already, try for 2 days a week. And the same with dairy. Try 1 day without dairy and then up it to 2 days and just see how you get on. Showers rather than baths, and don't keep your taps running, fill your washing machine up. And the other thing I've managed to learn to do since COP26 started, and it really raised awareness for me, I no longer fill my kettle as much. I now know exactly what 2 mugs of tea or coffee, how much water I need to make the 2 mugfuls. So that's what I put in my kettle. I don't overfill it. So there you go. And on the very back page, we have, as individuals, we can play our part by making better choices about our energy use, how we travel, and what food we eat. And then it has a lovely picture of a tree on the back. So that's what we've been giving out. We're going to be handing them out to passers-by in the street at the end of this week, which of course will be the end of COP26. So we will be doing that. But what we also did in conjunction with that, and again, I'm sorry for those of you on the telephone, you're not going to see this, but I'm holding up a little card and it says on the front, East and Old Parish Church. And it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. And in it is a picture of the church, and inside it is seeds, wildflower seeds, which of course helps the bees, which helps the environment, and of course flowers absorb carbon, I'm told, as well, or the stems and everything. So I've opened one of them up so that you can see it. So there we have, there it's there. There's the little packet of seeds that we will be giving out for people to plant. It does tell you on the back when to plant them, how to plant them, and then it also tells you when they flower. Anyway, so here we go. On the inside of our little card, with our personal picture and name on it, we have, doing something about climate change is about living in a world with others, caring for those who need help, our neighbours here at home or on the other side of the world, and taking responsibility for this planet that God created and entrusted to us. So plant these flower seeds and be part of that change. So there we go. Absolutely super. So we're going to be giving these out to passerbys as well in the hope that they will get involved. But the biggest thing we can do is to share our knowledge. These little bits and pieces that we know, we can share our knowledge. If you're talking to friends, to family, to people at the bus stop, talk about the climate and what we can do, our own little bits for it. In this last week or so, Billy, myself, Paula and Bill Sim, we travelled about Forfar town centre and out further afield with our climate justice banner and went to various places where climate justice is working in these areas and other areas where they could be developed more. So look out for these pictures and images. We will then put the big banner back up at the church gates for all to see. And what we're doing at this time, even if you're struggling to do some of the ideas, what we are doing here is we are raising awareness. Every little bit counts to help God's wonderful creation. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. God bless everyone.